Here's how you can survive any holiday, including the upcoming Christmas holiday, without spending all of your money and being broke in January. Ready? Let's talk. Hey, do me a small favor. Could you please subscribe to the channel, Peter Lloyd World of Wealth? Thank you. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Peter Lloyd. Welcome to Peter Lloyd World of Wealth, where we discuss all things finance. My job here is to make finance as simple as is possible that a 5-year-old could understand. Now, disclaimer. First up, I am not in any way, shape, or form a financial advisor. If you want financial advice, seek advice. We are exchanging information. So, it's approaching the holidays, Christmas holiday, one of the most important holidays across the Western world, where a lot of people end up spending money that they simply don't have and can't afford. This video, I will teach you how to survive the Christmas holiday so that in January, you are not broke, okay? So, I want you to stay tuned. In fact, if you follow me, you will be able to survive any holiday, any cyber sale, any Black Friday without regretting it. Now, believe it or not, there are people who are still paying off loans they took for the Christmas of 2023 right now in December of 2024. And many of these people are planning to do the same, to borrow more money to survive Christmas 2024. In fact, many persons borrow money to spend on many holidays, even the made up ones. I mean, in fact, technically they're all made up. But the unofficial holidays, like Cyber Monday, Black Fridays, where, we find many, many reasons to spend our hard-earned money on liabilities. So the first thing you're going to do to ensure that you survive this Christmas financially into January is you're going to create a budget. Now, I know people don't like to hear that word budget, but let's make it less complex. What you're going to do is you're going to write down, this is the amount of money I'm spending on gifts, let us say, for the entire holidays. This is the amount of money I'm going to spend, let's say, to go out for the holidays. And this is the amount of money I'm going to spend for, I don't know, Christmas dinner, whatever. We're just going to use Christmas as an example in this instance, all right? So you're going to create this budget. Let's say your budget to buy gifts is 20,000 Jamaican dollars, or roughly about 120 US dollars. Let's say your budget to go out is about $15,000, let's say. And your budget for Christmas dinner, if you're big on Christmas dinner, is say $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Whatever it is, you're going to write down a budget. This is what I'm spending. I'm not spending a dime beyond that. Now, of course, the budget has to be realistic, okay? So don't write, I am going to spend $20,000 on gifts, but you only have $5,000, so you're going to end up borrowing the other 15. We're not going to do that. We're going to stay within the confines of the budget. Now, for the gifts for Christmas, what you're going to do is you are then going to decide, what am I going to spend on each person for Christmas? So let us say you have children or a niece, nephew, whatever. What am I going to spend on each person for this Christmas? And I'm not going to go beyond that point. That's the first thing you do. Going out budget, same thing. You're not going to go beyond that budget regardless of whatever is going on. That's the money you're spending. So create a budget. Decide that you're going to stay within the limits of that budget, and you're not going to spend a dime, not one solitary cent beyond that budget. Do you understand me? 3 budgets. Going out, Christmas dinner, for instance, and gifts. Those are the budgets. You stay within those budgets. Do not stray. The second thing you're not going to do, you are definitely not going to borrow money for the holiday. I don't care what holiday it is, you're not going to borrow money. And when I say borrow money, if you are using your credit card to pay for these things and you cannot pay off that credit card within that 30-day period, you are borrowing money. So you're not going to do that. You are not doing that. As I said, your budget should reflect what you can actually afford. That's it. No borrowing money. You're not going to go to a lender of any kind. You're not going to use your credit cards. You are simply not going to do that. If you use your credit cards, you're going to use your credit cards because you can afford to pay off that amount within that 30-day window where you don't end up paying interest. You get what I'm saying? I want you to listen to me. Third thing you are going to do, which is going to be very important, is if it's like a flash sale, like a Black Friday or a Cyber Monday or any of those things where you know you want to spend a lot of money, here's what you're going to do. You're going to scout. Let us say online, you can go online, look at the prices, make comparisons, because it's really easy to do that online nowadays. Or you're going to physically go into a store. Let's say you like doing that. You are not just going to buy the first thing you see. I normally tell people to give yourself a 24-hour cooling down period, because normally you'd walk into the store, it happens to me, and you see something and you say, I really want this. But I found that if I give myself 24 hours, I walk out to the store or I sign off from Amazon or eBay or whatever, and I give myself 24 hours, normally when I go back, I realize I didn't really want that. I don't really need that. So that way you end up not buying stuff on impulse, because that's how we spend a lot of our money during these holidays. We buy stuff on impulse. I don't want you to be doing any impulse buying. All right? So instead of buying the stuff immediately, you're going to do a little price comparison. You're going to shop around. And even when you find the item, you're going to give yourself 24 hours to think about it. And I promise you, in most instances, you're not going to need it. Right? 4, when it comes to these flash sales, Cyber Mondays, etc., that catches our eye. So this is what I normally tell people to do. Let's say you want to buy a television set or a laptop. You need to be tracking that laptop, the price of the laptop, for at least 6 to 7 months prior to the cyber sale, whatever it is. Because here's what a lot of these companies do, and some of you probably saw this during the recent Black Friday items. All right, what you're going to do is this: you're going to track it. So let us say the laptop is $1,500, right, US, and you're tracking it and you're tracking it and you're tracking it. What a lot of these companies do, I mean, they definitely do this for Black Friday, I've seen this repeatedly over and over, is that they start to very slowly increase the cost of the laptop. By the time you get to Black Friday, for instance, or Cyber Monday, you're going to find that the laptop was $1,700, $2,000. And then what they do is they drop the price down to $6,500. And people think it's a sale and they spend their money. You lost money. It wasn't a sale. It was a con. You can't blame them. That's their job. Their job is to get money out of your wallet into their wallet. That's their job. That's how this works. All right? So those are the 4 things I'm going to suggest. Now, final thing. What will help you, particularly at this time of year, going into the Christmas holidays for a lot of Jamaicans and people in the Caribbean, is what are your plans financially for next year? That will also impact what you do in terms of spending. Remember I said at the beginning of this video, or if I didn't, I should have said it. There are people now, the stats are that there are people right now in December 2024 who are still paying off the monies they spent in terms of loans that they borrowed to spend money in December 2023. And their intent is to borrow more money. Do not do that. Don't. Do not borrow any money for any of these holidays. It's not worth it. You want to make money? Buy assets. What are assets? Assets are things that put money into your pocket. Liabilities take it out. So these gifts and stuff, they're liabilities. Now I understand the emotional element, and I understand that, I get it. So I'm not saying you can't buy, but follow those steps that I just gave you. So thank you for making the Peter Lloyd World of Wealth. If you are finding value with these videos, please hit the subscribe button. We need to get to 1,000 subs as soon as it's humanly possible, and then we're going to go, the sky's the limit beyond that. My job here is to make this as simple without all the money jargon and the complex context. Okay? We can do this. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, people. Remember your royals, kings and queens. Bless up.